Hello and welcome to the first Out of Antidote podcast, where we'll be talking about games, geeky things, anything else that tickles our fancy. I'm Steve, and I'm joined by Anna.
Hello.
We are doing our first proper podcast, so please go easy on us, at least until the second episode. So, let's just dive straight into it, I think.
Okay.
Is there anything you've been playing recently that you'd like to discuss?
Yes, there's only really one game I've been playing recently, and I've been hogging the PS4, so I am sorry about that, but I'm not sorry, and that's Overwatch. So I've basically been obsessed with that, and that's particularly because of the summer loot boxes.
Yeah, I have seen this online, and also the frustration in your face whenever
We've heard, yeah.
I've heard a lot of frustration whenever you're playing and open a loot box. Just for anyone who isn't aware, what is the sort of loot box system in Overwatch in general, and then how does that apply with the summer games element that's just happened?
So every level you get a summer loot box. Well, sorry, you get a standard loot box. You open it up and it gives you 4 items, and they can vary in degrees of rarity. Now the problem is with the summer loot boxes is that there were extra special items that were only available for like 2 weeks. So that means once the summer games ended, you can't get these items again for at least another year. And there was only one thing I wanted, and I feel like I got everything else apart from that one thing. And the one thing...
So what's apart from the one thing you want, which we'll get to? What sort of items? What sort of other things were there? What sort of things do you get out of loot boxes?
So you can get player icons. You can get stickers that players can target around in the environments that you play in. You can get emotes. You can get player introductions. You can get skins. Those are probably the best part, really, skins. So you get all these variety of things, but yeah, the problem comes when you want something in particular. You can buy the loot boxes as well for actual money, but me being a complete skint and just not wanting to, I just don't want to pay.
It doesn't seem worth it, really, for those to just getting 4 items out of a quantity of, I don't know how many there are.
I did the math once. It is, I think, if I think correct, let me just do. There's 22 characters.
Yeah.
And they can get 50 items.
At least 50 items.
At least 50 items each. Some have slightly more. So that's 22 times 50. So that's 1,100 items that are available.
And that's not even counting the player icons.
That's not counting player icons either. That's not counting trophy icons that you can get.
Yeah.
So that's 1,100 minimum. Now, if you think you only get 4 items per box, divide that by 4. You would need 275 loot boxes without duplicates to get all.
See, I think that's the problem where Overwatch...
Oh, and you can also get coins from loot boxes, I forgot to mention.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's another level of just...
So what is the specific item you wanted from the summer loot box that you didn't get?
There was one item, and I'm really keen on playing Symmetra. She's a great character, and she has baby turrets and a teleporter and a beam that locks on and melts people. She's like a microwave. And she had this ribbon dance, and it was just so beautiful. And I have this great, beautiful skin that I have for her, and this beautiful ribbon dance, and I didn't get it. And I tried so hard, and, I hogged the PlayStation for like a good solid week just trying to get this freaking ribbon dance. I think 50 odd loot boxes.
Yeah,
oh no, sorry, 40.
50 odd loot boxes. You didn't get the one you wanted. Did you get anything good from the summer loot boxes?
Well, I made a list of things I got. So I don't even want to count how many player icons I got. Like, for example, I got America twice. I don't care about that. But I got the things I'm going to focus on are the skins that I did get. So I got for Zaya, I got both her weightlifter skins, and she's blonde and she's fantastic. So those are really nice. I got a Lucio goalie skin.
Okay.
The thing is, I never played Lucio Ball either during the whole event. I was just too focused on quick play. So there was that. Now, I got Soldier 76 pose, so him in a golf swing. I'm like, I don't get it. I mean, I guess he's dad.
Dads like playing golf.
He's dad, so yeah, he likes playing golf. I can see that. I got a Bastion emote, him boxing, and everyone loves Bastion now. After the
shorts.
The shorts.
It was lovely. It made Bastion is what if a giant turret had feelings?
It's like a Pixar movie, isn't it?
What if a giant turret had feelings?
And I still don't care. I don't care how many birds he has flying around being cute. I still don't like Bastion. So excuse me if I'm not thrilled. I get the freaking emote, and I got loads of his voice lines as well, which is just him beeping. It's just sorry, I get angry. I also got now the thing that annoyed me most is that I had time to get one final box, and it popped up and it was purple, but it was a duplicate of Widowmaker's Tricolor skin, which is really nice, but I don't want Widowmaker's Tricolor skin. I wanted Symmetra's Ribbon Dance, and it was the same category. So like for that moment I was so excited, and then it just yeah.
Of everything I saw about the Summer Games loot box system, I thought it was a great idea, tying it in with the obviously they couldn't get the license for the Olympics, so they've gone for Summer Games.
Yes, they have not infringed on copyright.
It was a really good concept. They're relating character poses or character skins to the Olympic sports.
Yes.
You know, you've got rhythmic gymnastics, you've got the weightlifting, you've got boxing, and you've got sprinting for Tracer. That's a brilliant idea. And of course, Lucio being a Brazilian and the Brazilian top, Lucio Ball, made perfect sense. With the loot boxes, the one thing I saw, the fact that you could get duplicates of these limited time items, it just made me think Blizzard were thinking way more about their wallets than anything else, because people want these limited things. It's only available for a limited time. But if you allow people to get duplicates of these items, when they say there's a guaranteed summer item in this summer loot box, if you stick to that, you're forcing people. You're not forcing them because it's still their own choice, but in a way, you're encouraging them to spend their own money. It's like it's almost a form of gambling.
Yeah, especially since, when the discs pop out of the loot box, they're different colours depending on the rarity, and I got like a gold one. I thought, oh, that's great, it's going to be at least a skin because it's some loot boxes, but it wasn't. It was a pile of coins, but I can't use those coins to buy any of the limited items.
That is the other issue.
So
the fact you
frustrating.
can't use the coins you've stored up to buy these limited time items, it just makes it seem like Blizzard have gone completely off the rails with trying to get money from people. I know it's an experiment, see how it works out, but I think it's one that failed. At least in the community.
Yeah, there's been nothing from them. Like, obviously there's a really active community out there now. It's always going to happen with games like this where there's a lot of people playing and you interact with each other. You know, they are the voice that help drive the game forward and improve. But when everyone's saying we shouldn't be getting duplicates, we shouldn't be getting coins, or if we do, the coins should go towards those special event items, but that you get nothing back, you just feel I was really disappointed. And this is my first time interacting with Blizzard, and I've loved the game so far. I love the open beta. I think that's absolutely brilliant. It was such a great way for me to I'd never tried this game before, so it was a great way for me to actually play it. But when people are all saying this one thing and you get nothing back, it's just like, God dang it, I just want the freaking ribbon dance.
See, I was thinking of ways they could make the system slightly better, slightly more fair. Obviously, it would bring them in less money, so they probably won't go about that unless someone in there has a very guilty conscience and changes things. So I thought maybe instead of getting coin drops, you get summer coin drops. You get coins that's specific for that thing, so you don't have to hoard up. Well, you don't hoard up your coins to save for the new special items. So that's an area where they could have gone down. They could have made the summer boxes summer items only, rather than just having one summer item and the rest of them are normal items.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I maybe got two, but it was always like a player icon and then like a freaking Bastion voice line again, or like a duplicate of something, and it just felt like this isn't. I'd rather the summer loot boxes be exclusively summer loot items then, because I think that would work so much better.
I think a tangent on that duplicate thing. I remember that. I haven't played it as much as Anna. I sort of got bogged down at level 35, 36. Never played again. Then I came back to it. It's like, oh, everyone's so much better than me now. No point playing it anymore. The point for me I saw is that when you get like these skins, the legendary skins, they're the ones that everyone wants. They're the ones that actually change the appearance rather than just change the colour of your character. But and to buy them in coins, they're 1,000 coins each. If you get a duplicate of it in a loot box, you get 200 coins.
Yeah, you get 20% of
which
the value.
is you actually get more if you get the coin drop for that legendary coin drop is 500 coins. So I think they obviously know you're going to get duplicate items, and I do fear and there's a lot of gambling. It feels like gambling. I know it's not technically gambling, but it feels a lot like gambling.
And you know what's really frustrating? It's like I can't stop. I just feel like the next loot box might have something exciting in there for me. Like the next one could be a gold one.
You never know. You've got a 1 in 1,100 chance.
I'm trying to think how many legendaries I've got now. So I've got 2 from Zarya. I've got 1 for Lucio. Oh no, 3 for Zarya. 1 for Lucio. I got technically 1 for Widowmaker, although I don't think the Tricolor one was a legendary. I got 2 for Mercy, 1 of which I bought. This is where you get annoyed, isn't it? Because I got so many. I got another one for Junkrat. And then there is probably another one in there. I just can't remember them all. I've got at least 10, I'd say.
I'll tell you why Anna said I was a bit annoyed when she was mentioning it. I have received 4 legendary drops in my time. I received 1 legendary skin for Zarya, the goth skin, absolutely fine. One. Then I received 2 coin drops, and then I received Zarya's legendary skin again as a duplicate.
Oh no!
So that's why I'm a little bit bitter towards this whole system. The ones I want cost coins, and the coins are just a pain in the ass to get. You have to get duplicates, and you keep getting player icons. I don't want player icons.
You know,
It just seems pointless putting a little logo in.
I mean, I totally agree. And also the thing is, I mean, obviously I've played a lot more than you, so I've got a lot more legendaries. But it is the fact that, well, one of the interesting things that happened is I got a legendary drop for Symmetra. And I had not really played her before, but I thought, wow, that's really cool. And I got really, really into playing her because I got this really cool skin. And I mean, that's quite a nice incentive. Like, it's random. Yes, I can eventually buy the one I want. Like, I got an imp for Mercy, and I didn't like it. But I thought, well, it's a legendary. I'm going to use it. And then I got sick of it, and I was like, no. So I actually saved up my coins and bought the one I wanted for Mercy. So I have been very lucky. I have not received a duplicate legendary of something that I've bought. I've always received new ones and special ones, which is quite fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
It haunts your enjoyment.
Exactly.
I guess, so.
No, definitely. And I think I have also the useful thing for me about Overwatch is that I actually have a group of friends to play with as well. So we're all on the PlayStation, which I know a lot of people prefer. Like, it's always PC versus PlayStation, but for me, I prefer PlayStation because I have a really good community of friends in an MMO I already play. So we all got the game together, and we all stay up probably too late playing Overwatch. I like sneak into bed, and Steve's like,
obviously the community helps, but
yes.
Do you think obviously Blizzard have a long-term plan for it, but do you think outside of these events there's enough incentive in the meantime to continue playing it?
I think I have quite an addictive personality, so I really enjoy this game because you can do short bursts, and I enjoy playing with my friends, and that's really nice. The thing I'm interested in seeing is, I mean, a lot of people are going mad for Sombra. I really don't mind. I'm excited to see when new characters come out. I don't really care about the lore about it. But the back story that they've created for a lot of the characters also really grips me. Like Widowmaker's story, how it ties in with Ana when she was released. I say Ana so because everyone says it that way when they play with me, so they don't get me confused with the new character. So I actually I want to get the graphic novel. You know, I really like seeing the new shorts when they're released. I think Blizzard have a great way of telling a story, like outside of the game. So I'm really interested to see what they do next. Like the new map, Eichenwald. I can't wait to play that.
It is quite interesting seeing the all the lore that they've put into it, and they're definitely trying to put this lore into their next character reveal, or at least we think the next character reveal. They've got an ARG going on, which is Sombra, and there's a page initializing that's, I don't know what percentage it's at.
I mean, yeah,
but it's going through that. But there's been quite a big backlash to that for the fact that it's been going on so long now. Do you think they're riding? They're riding their luck a little bit.
I think they are pushing people to the edge. I mean, some people are really enjoying decrypting the puzzles, and I think that's fun. You know, that's like a nice. But for someone like me on the sidelines, like I don't really care that much. I like the theory that going around that Sombra is the person revealing the new heroes. I think that's a great idea. I don't necessarily mind if she is or isn't a hero. I like the fact that she's revealing them.
I actually like that piece of
that theory
a bit better, because I think the fact that the name Sombra has been trailed for so long, I think ever since release, has been like someone saying there's a new character called Sombra, that's going to be the first DLC character. It wasn't.
No.
But it's going to be a DLC character, going to be the next character, going to be absolutely this. But
it was Anna.
I worry if it would be Sombra, everyone would be disappointed anyway.
Yeah.
So if it was the idea where it is the person releasing the details of these heroes, you know, ones you saw on Winston's screen in the shorts beforehand, then that I think is a better idea.
I agree, because I think as well, it's never going to live up to the hype now if they release Sombra. I think actually it's just people are going to be disappointed. They're going to be feeling like it was too much effort for what it is, because, you know, the characters aren't hugely complex. The complexity in them is actually their storyline, but playing them themselves isn't that difficult in a sense. I mean, they have a 3-star rating, and I've kind of forgone that now. I actually just play the ones I enjoy.
Yeah.
Also, in an effort to try and get trophies, I've been trying out new ones. But yeah, I feel that Sombra, I think, should be the person to release it. Maybe they could announce that's the intention of it. I don't mind, but yeah, I feel like they are dragging it out a bit.
They've gone on a long time. I mean, I just had a quick look. They spent, like, there was a massive countdown to something, and then this new page came up with Sombra protocol something initializing, which I'm trying to find now, but I can't actually find it online, so that's fine. But I don't know what percentage it's at, but considering there was a countdown to that and nothing's happened with it for 5 days now, it just seems that they've sort of lost it a little
especially
bit.
because Gamescom has come and gone, and they had a good display there, and there was a tournament, and I watched the highlights, and that looked amazing fun. Like, why not build on that kind of fan interaction? They had teams from Europe and America. That was called the Atlantic Showdown, and I just watched the highlights. I didn't watch all of it, but wow, it was so good to see, because this is a new game, and this is, like, not necessarily a new esport, but it's very young. And the teams are going to be, you know, still learning things. And as new characters come out, there's new ways to play the game and balancing and nerfs. And that, for me, feels like they've completely undersold that. And they haven't pushed that enough. I would have loved to have been able to watch it or like, see more than a 5-minute highlight video from a 2-day tournament. I think they really should have given more from that. Because I love it. I think it's great. I'm never going to be good enough competitively. I play on the PlayStation.
How do you find competitive mode? Because that's obviously a lot of criticism that I've noticed online. It's
yeah, I think because I tried not to take it too seriously. Like, yes, I did the 10 ranked games, and I got a score of 45, which is lower middle. You know, people are between 40 and 50, they say, and I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm playing with my friends and I'm having fun. And the games we would win felt really good, and the games we'd lose, it's kind of like, well, at least it's not cheap tactics like in quick play where people go like 6 bastions or like 6 tourbillons.
Valid tactic. They wouldn't let you do it otherwise.
Nah, yeah, all right.
Nothing wrong with Bastion.
All right. Well, you say it's a valid tactic. I say it's cheating. But that's the thing that competitive has. Then it does. It's only allowed single hero play per team, and I like that because you go up against a team and you feel, okay, actually it's more balanced. It's more fair. You lose, but you feel like you lose to a good team, like good tactics, and you know it's a clean fight. You know, no punches below the belt, kind of thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Excellent. So
that's me in Overwatch and my love for Overwatch.
That's Overwatch and her obsession with Overwatch. It seems like.
It is. It's true. I don't know. I've never played this kind of game before, and it's got me completely hooked.
Excellent. So, in the meantime, I've been playing other smaller games because Overwatch doesn't really grab me in the same way. It's fun, but it's not my cup of tea, really.
Also, is it because I hogged it?
It's not my cup of tea.
Also,
I don't know.
When you watch me, you're so overwhelmed by how amazing I am. You're just like, oh, I can never compete.
That's definitely not
that. Totally that.
So yeah, in the meantime, instead, I've been playing a few smaller games, but there's one in particular I'd like to talk about, and that is Abzu.
Abzu.
For those who don't know, Abzu is you play as a diver, swimming around with the fishies. Beautiful landscape. You're
It looked like I mean, I only watched you play a little bit of it, but it looked really pretty.
It is that's something that I absolutely about it. It looks and sounds absolutely stunning. The art style they've got, the creative director of the company Giant Squid who made the game, he was the art director on Journey, and there's definitely a lot of influence on the art style from there. It's a very simple look. It's very the colours are bold, but there's obviously shading, but it's quite very. It's simple. It's bright.
It's more
colourful.
of a blue-green tone.
Yeah, it's such a great experience to actually swim through and swim with the fish. You can actually ride the fish.
Ride the fish.
Ride the fish.
I imagine.
Hold on to the fin, and they go. Woo,
oh, okay.
around.
I was thinking something different. Like you're like straddling the fish, and you're
not
like,
quite. I mean, it's
like
it's not like a horse
with reins.
No. There's no saddles. There's no there's none of that. I'm afraid.
That's a shame.
You may think of a different sort of game. Maybe that could be a game in the future.
I think that should be a game. You right?
Probably exists somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
But either way, I think Abzu is absolutely beautiful. As I said, the soundtrack, Abzu,
absolutely beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Good. That's good. I like that.
I was trying to be subtle there, but called me out on it. And I love the soundtrack. I've always loved Austin Wintory's.
He's amazing.
Work. Through from Flow, the very first that company game, that game company game, through Journey, which is absolutely stonking experience.
I cried the first time I played Journey. It completely wormed its way into my heart, and that sounds so corny, but it's true. I sat there, and the most memorable bit for me was when you're sliding down the shimmery sands, and you go through this kind of archway tunnel, and you just see outwards, and it changes the angle that you're looking at, and to your character's right there's these beautiful dunes and the mountain.
They did a fantastic job with that. And the score just added to that
the
much.
Thing, the whole experience.
I mean, that track, The Road of Trials, it gets you pumped throughout, but it's like it's a pumped up, relaxed tune when you're skating down through the things, and you get to that point, and it's like reaches the almost crescendo at that point. You get a crescendo a little bit later.
It's the points where you can feel in the music where you hear this kind of crescendo, and then it's this flight kind of stops, and you hear it. It's almost as a release as your character is flying. I love that about it.
So yeah, when I heard Wintry would be on absolutely sold already. Heard a few tracks beforehand. It's. I knew I'd like the soundtrack, and I did, and I do. It fits the game perfectly because of the underwater setting. It's the journey your character goes on in Abzu. It seems to fit that quite nicely. My one criticism about the game, though, is that we mentioned Journey earlier on. It just seems like Journey underwater.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot of very similar story beats. There's a lot of very similar tones to it as well. Like there's a part where you're not flying because you're swimming, where you're swimming through a current, and you hit these schools of fish.
Yes, I saw that bit.
I don't think there's really much point to it. I think it's just hit the schools of fish to get like a boost of speed that gets you through, adds to the music score in the background, whatever. But I felt I'd seen that before, and not just once. I seen it in Flower.
Yeah.
When where you're literally in a current of air, and you go through and you hit the flowers, and you get a boost from some flowers. I felt I was literally playing that section again, but underwater. And as I said, the story beats mimic Journey quite a lot. I won't go into too much into it for spoiler reasons, but it's definitely worth playing, but be aware it is very much like something else.
Yeah. Would you then recommend?
It's not its own thing.
Would you feel then that's a bad thing, or would you feel like, if you liked Flower, if you liked Journey, you're going to like Abzu because you're getting the same gameplay, you're getting a more relaxed and more focused experience?
I think you have to go in knowing that it's similar, because there's it's difficult to explain. There's
Well, if you think about the underwater style setting in Journey, there is this bit with the long hanging jellyfish, or the long hanging creatures, the scarf creatures that are similar. And then you go to Absu and you see this kind of underwater setting with these long hanging tendrils of seaweed. I mean, it is. You said it's the same art director.
Yeah, there's definitely some influence there. I wouldn't say it's a rip off of it.
No.
I'd say it's taking that idea, but not going many different places with it, other than a new setting. The story itself of the game is abstract, to say the least. I mean, it's not hugely clear what's going on half time. It's very symbolic and very very loose in its.
Whereas Journey was a little bit more defined, wouldn't you say?
Journey, you know what your guy's doing. You know
to that light.
Yeah, that's basically, you start the game, you see the mountain, it's like, gotta go there.
There we go.
Because you can see it straight away, and that is your journey through the game. In Abzu, it's you're underwater. Okay, I'm swimming. Okay, oh, I've got these little robot friends. Okay, oh, I shark ate them. Okay, and this is all within the first 5-10 minutes. Okay, and you don't. There's not really much direction to it, as much as Journey.
Do you think maybe then if leaving it a bit more open, because there's so many debates now about games and linearity, like maybe having less of a focus in a game like Absu, which is like trying to be more abstract, as an experience, do you feel that's what it delivered?
I think it delivered a great experience, and it, games can be abstract if they want to be. That's absolutely fine, but I think this was sort of, to a lot of people, I can see it being abstract to the point of impenetrable, where you literally just play it to relax, or play it to sit on a statue and watch the fish swim around.
Yes. I love aquariums. That sounds like my kind of.
Yeah, to some people it will seem like a pretty fish simulator. There is more to it, and it's quite, I wouldn't say very interesting, but it's good to see where it goes to, but it feels like I've seen it before. That being said, as I said, it looks lovely, it sounds lovely, it's just lovely.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Absolutely lovely.
Lovely. So, yeah, that's about it for now, I think.
Yes.
As I said, it's our very
Short
first
and
podcast,
sweet.
so keep it nice and short and sweet, as Anna said. Hopefully we'll be back for another one. If we enjoyed this one. I mean, I'm sitting here in the room absolutely sweating my arse off thanks to the heat.
I'm fine.
And the headphones are just making my ears sweat. Do your ears sweat?
No, yes, but I'm fine. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm alright. I've got a summer dress on. My ears aren't sweating, which is I'm fine.
Well, she's an alien.
I'm
Anyway, thank you very much for listening. If you got this far, let us know. Put a comment on our website. On our WordPress blog, and let us know if you enjoyed it. We had a good time recording it.
Yeah, I should be doing. This is a good excuse as well for me to play more games other than Overwatch, because I can't talk about Overwatch if we do another podcast.
That is true. I mean, if you keep hearing Overwatch every single week, I am sorry I didn't manage to crowbar her off the PS4. So
yeah, it's all your fault.
It's my fault that happens. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.